mummy's with the maggots now.
Death has come to your little town, Sheriff. Well, hi there.
Sweaty outdoors, but it's a lot more fun in here, and air conditioning. All right, so fam, once again, in case you're just getting here, you've already missed a hell of a time. I'm Scary Terry from Michigan's Rock Station Q106, and Ken did just remind me of something. One, I'm still the host of Scary Terry's Saturday Night There, along with Mel and Andy. It's a show heard every Saturday night from 7 until midnight on Q106. That might lead you to wonder, Terry, it's 7:16. How are you and Mandy here on Saturday night, but on the air? Yeah, that's my favorite dad joke about radio. And Ken from Sledgehammer Horror also reminded me that today is 6/6/26. It is the International Day of Slayer. Ow! You louder than after Slayer. By the way, as you're driving home from this thing tonight, listen to Scary Terry's Saturday Nightmare. We are celebrating the International Day of Slayer by playing a buttload of music from that band, man. So, Raining Blood, got you. Angel of Death, got you. War Ensemble, got you. Seasons in the Abyss, got you. We love us some. Hell, they're one of my patch fans, fam. I love me some Slayer, all right? All right, fam, it's time for our next podcast session. Welcome to the big stage here at Awaken Haunted Attraction, Austin, Anneliese. Sorry, I know.
You're good.
You don't want to call an Anna. You don't want to call an Anna and Anna. You want to call Anneliese and Jeremy from Would You Die? Woo! Ow!
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Would You Die, the show where, Damien, it's all for you. I'm Austin Torres.
I'm Anneliese Petersmark.
I'm Jeremy Lippitt.
And today is our first ever live podcast recording. So thank you for being a part of this. What we do is, first off, who am I? Who are you? As I said, I'm Austin Torres. I'm a filmmaker here in Michigan. I went to Michigan State University. Go Green.
Go away.
That's what I like to hear. And I started Would You Die in 2022. Started off as a horror interview show. Had a lot of fun, but then scheduling interviews is hard, isn't that right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I need buddies. So I recruited Anneliese, who recruited Jeremy, and they've been part of my team since last March of 2025. Technically before that, because you gotta prep stuff, but we launched together in March of 2025, and it's been a happy-go-lucky time ever since. Anneliese, who are you?
I'm Anneliese Petersmark. I, as Austin said, am the co-host of this iteration of Would You Die. I've been the co-host since March of 2025. Austin and I met in college. I also went to MSU. We met in the Spartan Marching Band because we're both big band nerds. And he kind of was I won't say my introduction to horror, but my reintroduction to horror. I kind of describe myself as a horror novice. And I had been on the first iteration of Would You Die a few times. I was one of his interviewees. We talked about Satanic Panic. I'm an English teacher, so we also talked about back to school horror. But then last year we kind of decided to revamp Would You Die into what it is today, and that's kind of what we're going to be sharing with you today. Jeremy, who are you?
My name's Jeremy Lippitt. I'm just kind of here. I am Annaliese's fiance, which is cool, but and also how I got involved in this because I used to do a different podcast, and Austin said, "Hey, we still have one thing we got to figure out. We need a producer." And Anneliese said, "Jeremy did a podcast once, and then now I do this every Monday." So that's pretty much how I got involved. I did not go to Michigan State.
Oh.
So sorry.
Was it a successful podcast?
Oh, no.
Good, promising. So what we normally do, like our full hour and a half long episodes, is we have a monthly like theme of the month. So for example, some months we've done in the past, we've done a 313 month where we did all Detroit-based horror movies.
Like It Follows, Barbarian, The Crow.
Yeah. We've done, oh my gosh, why am I blinking? We've done Mommy March. That's what we launched our podcast. We talked about Carrie. We talked about Psycho.
Don't forget musical horror.
Oh, yeah.
Note-vember, we
Note-vember.
called it, with Rocky Horror Picture Show, Little Shop.
So we usually, our format is kind of focusing on a movie that fits the theme and then talking about it through that lens. And then we do some superlatives for that movie, and we kind of have the same questions that we ask every week. So we thought we'd do kind of a shortened version of that today, but we are going to be talking about the movie The Omen in honor of 6/6/26.
It's also, fun fact, the 50th anniversary of The Omen this month. So
It's also the 20th anniversary of the much worse 2006 The Omen.
it is. It's not that much worse, but it is its 20th anniversary is what I meant to say.
It's no Gregory Peck.
No, yeah, it's not. Yeah.
So we are going to be talking about the original Omen. So just a brief synopsis, if you haven't seen it, we will be doing some slight spoilers, but nothing that would ruin your viewing experience, really.
I got a question for you guys. Who here has not seen The Omen? Okay, there's a couple.
Okay, just a
It's a
couple.
classic, but
Yeah.
spoilies ahead.
Yeah, definitely still recommend seeing it. Like I said, we're not going to, be showing any visuals or give you anything that you wouldn't, still have enjoyment of the show is. But basically, the synopsis of The Omen is that a prominent diplomat is dismayed to learn that the child he replaced his own died in childbirth son with may be something more sinister than human.
Ooh.
So Austin, it was originally your idea to do The Omen for this. Do you want to kind of talk about, other than the anniversary, some stuff about why you chose this and why you thought it would be a good idea for a live show?
Honestly, it's because it was the anniversary. That's why I chose that. The Omen is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. It is something where it's like it was such an integral part of my family because Catholic. Who here's Catholic? Hell yeah, you get it. Yeah, so
who here has religious trauma? Let's go.
yes, and that's why The Omen rules because there's so much guilt in that movie specifically. But it's something where it's like Catholic horror is really interesting to me because Catholicism's scary if you think about it. Like the idea of every week drinking the blood and eating the flesh of your God.
It's very metal.
It is metal though.
Um,
But yeah, The Omen's just something that's been around in my life for a very long time. It was a family favorite because my family rules, and our favorite movies are The Omen and Jaws. And yeah, I picked it because it was 6/6/26, and I said close enough.
Yeah, so it also has a ton of cultural impact in our day-to-day lives. In some ways that if you haven't seen The Omen, you may not even realize that some of the origins of our mainstream Catholic or just Christian lore come from this movie. So for example, the most prominent example is probably 666. The number 6 is mentioned as the mark of the beast in the Bible. That's from biblical text. However, the actual 3 numbers in a row, especially in that spiral design that they do in the movie in kind of a circular fashion, that comes from this movie. So that's really something that has kind of made its way into mainstream horror lore for sure, but also just in general Christian mythology, if that's what you want to call it.
The Omen's also a movie that kind of helped popularize that 666 and the Book of Revelations to pop culture.
Yeah, definitely.
Because people here are Iron Maiden fans, right? Yeah, I just kind of assumed, but Number of the Beast, that whole album, what that come out? Someone here knows, 86, 85?
Around then.
But around 10 years after the Omen, you guys know the Bruce Dickinson and friends watched the Omen before making the album. Even you just know that. And then another thing I think the Omen was very influential was, who here is fans of the Final Destination franchise? Yeah, a couple, yeah. So you guys know those movies, and you can see where there's influence from the Omen inside of Final Destination, especially with one of my favorite scenes in this movie.
Yes, definitely. It also popularized the name Damien being associated with the Antichrist. The child in the movie is named Damien. That is not just a thing from lore where Damien means something nefarious. It was a name before, but now it is most closely kind of associated with kind of darker things. And it's kind of been reclaimed at this point. A lot of people, will name their children that, but it had this really negative connotation, at least for a while in the 70s and 80s, as being associated with this movie.
I got a fun fact about the name Damien.
Tell me.
Terrifier filmmaker Damien Leone has said in interviews that his mom specifically named him Damien because of the Omen.
That's hilarious.
And look at him now.
So we are going to do, like I said, what we normally do during our kind of podcast runs, which is we are going to talk about some superlatives that we hit with every single movie that we do. So the first one that we usually hit is, who would you save?
I usually go first and I never prepare.
Not once.
Who would I say? I would save the photographer, David Warner's character.
Okay.
Because he's so cool in this movie. I'd also save his camera.
It's a magical camera, if you don't know.
That Gregory Peck just broke, and he's like, I am sorry. It's this amazing bit where I'm like, I believe he actually is. But yeah, I would save Dave Warner because Dave Warner rules.
He had a very gnarly death, too.
It's the best one.
Yeah.
And actually, no, I wouldn't save him because I like that kill.
Because you need that
I
scene
need
for
that
this
one,
movie
yeah.
to exist, yeah.
Exactly. So who would you save?
I think I'm going to do kind of the same thing as you, where I would not take away the kill because the kill is really iconic, but I'm going to save Father Brennan, who is this reformed Satanist priest who ends up dying after trying to warn Gregory Peck's character, Robert Thorne, several times about his evil, evil son. So I would save him because he's, just trying to do right by, his God and everything, and he just can't get there before he gets just brutally killed. What about you, Jeremy?
I don't really know who I would save, but I can tell you who I wouldn't. And I would not save Father Brennan because if you've seen the movie, he has a full minute and a half to move out of the way of his own death. And he just stands there, screams, and I had to rewind it because I walked away from the scene when it looked like he was about to die, and I came back he was still alive. I was like, how could he have not moved out of the way of this? And yet he didn't. So I would not save him. Maybe I would just to not have to be angry about it afterward. But
That's fair.
You would save yourself seconds from watching.
I would instead of saving anybody, I would hit the forward 30 seconds button on the remote and just move past it.
Okay, what was your favorite scare?
So, classic film, classic scares. I'm going to go with the dog scene, just that entire scene, because puppies, and also because there's these great split diopter shots where they find the dead corpse of an infant, and that's scary. But then the dogs find our main character, Gregory Peck and David Warner. That's the actors' names. They
Robert Thorne and the photographer.
Yeah. And these Rottweilers, who are very cute, but also agents of the devil, they find these two guys. And Richard Donner, the director of this film, just it was mid 1970s. Everyone was using split diopters. I noticed this rewatch, and he just has these mirroring split diopters where it's an over the shoulder of Gregory Peck and a Rottweiler in the background. Then he cuts to David Warner, who's looking at Gregory Peck, and there's a Rottweiler behind him, and I'm like, oh, that's cool as heck. And then that whole scene just rules.
Very cute.
How about you? What's your favorite scare?
Very cute, but an agent of hell was my nickname is college. But my favorite scare was, I mean, again, it feels like kind of a cop-out to say, because I was going to do that one, so he stole mine. This also happens a lot because Austin started the podcast. He gets to go first, and he gets all the best answers. But
He was number one.
I will go with Father Brennan's kill because even though, yes, it takes him approximately 45 minutes to get out of the way, it is the best kill. He gets completely impaled through his entire body with, I don't even know what it is, like a power,
It's like a church thingy.
I was gonna say, it looks like an antenna. It's not the full spire, but it's like a big metal pole on the top of a church.
Yeah, that church lost its cable that day.
He yells no before it even falls off the roof.
He knows it's coming.
He knows it's coming, and he doesn't move.
What's your favorite scare, Jeremy?
My favorite scare is the whole movie. I'm a public school teacher. Evil child hits home.
All right. We also have a MVP award for who we think does the best job. It can go to an actor, a director, composer, and we have named it in honor of one of our favorite iconic character actors. So we have the Tony Todd Award for movie MVP.
And the idea was when we were prepping this show, Tony Todd had recently passed away, so that was on our minds. But also, he was just one of those guys that, oh, he's in this movie? This movie's just went way up. Like, he made most movies he was in better. And I'm going to give my Tony Todd Award winner, or my Tony Todd Award for movie MVP, I'm going to give it to Gregory Peck, because that is one of the greatest actors who ever lived, so that's kind of a cop-out. But at the same time, he brings so much gravitas to this movie, because I think a big reason why I love The Omen is it could have easily been this schlocky B-movie, but then Gregory Peck steps into that role, and it's like, oh, this is an Academy Award nominated. Like, this was elevated horror 30, 40 years before that became a term. And it's all because it's like, oh yeah, Academy Award winning Gregory Peck, fucking Atticus Finch is just, yeah, bringing some legitness. That's a word. I'm a podcaster. Yeah, when Gregory Peck's in a movie, I'm seated.
I also feel like the character, Robert Thorne, does this kind of objectively horrible thing, right? He lies to his wife. His wife has a baby. The baby dies in childbirth, and then he lies to his wife about this new baby that he brings home and just doesn't tell her that her baby is dead. But because it's Gregory Peck, and he is Atticus Finch, and he very much embodies this, I'm a really great guy, and I just, might make a few mistakes. It lends a sympathy to the character that the movie only works if you are sympathetic to this character who has done this kind of very questionable thing. So I understand that.
Who is your Tony Todd Award movie MVP winner?
I am going to give this award to Billy Whitelaw, who plays Mrs. Baylock.
Oh, yeah.
She is Damien's nanny for most of the movie. His first nanny kills herself, or does she? But
it's all for you. Yeah, and someone got.
Yeah. So Mrs. Baylock comes and takes over, and she is very much obviously of the agenda of keeping Damien alive and keeping him in power so that he can rise to be the Antichrist. And she just plays such a good, I don't want to say gaslighty bitch, but it feels correct. She's really good at doing really suspicious things and then like being like, no, everything's fine. Like she brings a Rottweiler dog into their home, and Gregory Peck's character and his wife have to be like, hey, please don't bring this dog into our home several times throughout the movie. And she just goes, it's fine. Like I'll take him out. And then he's back. Like this is the kind of stuff. It feels very Gaslighty, and she does a really good job with it. So I'm going to give it to her. What about you, Jeremy?
I mean, so I definitely was. I should have known that Gregory Peck would be off the table when Austin got to go first, but I'm going to give it, I don't know the actor's name, unfortunately. I'm going to give it to the kid that plays Damien, though. He does a wonderful job. He does a great job of playing innocuous, but also horrifying. Like, through the whole movie, like, the mom feels like she's going crazy because everybody's like, well, he's just a kid. You know, like, he's not, right? So I think he does a great job. So.
And also the last shot of the Omen
yeah,
is just one of the like most iconic moments in all of horror. Like,
did I ever tell you that like not this particular Omen, but the movie The Omen is the reason I got suspended from school for the one and only time that happened?
this is a story you have to tell in public
I
now.
was going to say you have to
You
tell
can't
our
bring that
friends.
up.
So I was in 2006. The remake of The Omen was coming out. I was 10 years old, and when that movie was coming out, I did not know anything about the 1976 Omen. Mm-hmm. So I'm seeing the trailers for this movie for the first time, and I have no idea what 666 means. I'm also, important note, not Christian or Catholic, so it's important to note that. Like, I don't know the background of, like, the devil's number. So my parents explained to me what 666 means. So then I went to school, like, as we were leading up to June 6, 2006, and told every kid in my school that the world was going to end. And, like, was like, you guys need to, like, get ready because it's coming. I'm not even, like, I'm the only Jewish kid at my school. There's no reason for me to even believe that. But, yeah, so got an in-school suspension for it.
That's kind of...
They're like, you can't scare everybody.
Yeah, absolutely worth it.
What's our next our omenlative?
Omenlative. Well, we also have a superlative where we talk about the score, because as I mentioned, we're both big music nerds.
Nerd.
Jeremy also exists. He's here.
This is where I stopped talking for like 15 minutes of the podcast.
But instead of just, talking about the score, we of course have to compare it to one of the greatest horror film scores of all time. So I have to ask you the question, Austin. Is the score better than Jaws?
I have a hot take. Yes. As I'm wearing a Jaws hat, you're wearing a Jaws shirt.
I got my Jaws shirt. I'm going to say no, but it's close. Which is crazy because here's my dark, deep secret. I think John Williams is slightly overrated. So if I'm saying that Jaws
She
is
hates
better,
John Williams.
that's not true. I want to be very clear. There is a large gap between slightly overrated and hate. But here we are. So our score here is done by Jerry Goldsmith.
Legend.
It's a very iconic score. He's also done a lot of other scores. He composed for 5 films of the Star Trek franchise. So if you've heard a Star Trek theme, you've probably heard Jerry Goldsmith. He has also done Gremlins, Hoosiers, Basic Instinct, The Mummy. Like, he's done...
How are you going to say Hoosiers before Alien?
Okay, I'm sorry. I was trying to,
He did
One of the
Poltergeist.
greatest basketball films of all time, Austin.
Alien?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
You know it. You know it. Yep.
You're probably right. So you've definitely heard a Jerry Goldsmith score, even if you haven't heard this one. But this one is just very tonally fitting. It is, even if you're not a big music person, it's one of those scores that's going to grab you immediately, and you're going to notice it as they play the main theme specifically.
And it won an Oscar.
It did. Do you want to talk about that?
Yes. So, as horror fans know, we're not usually represented well at the Oscars. Last year was a big shift with Sinners and Weapons and Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein all taking home, not just being nominated, but all taking home statues. That's huge. And then last year, I think, like The Substance also helped pave the way. So recently, the Academy's been recognizing horror. But in the 70s, there was two, like, between Jaws and The Omen, they both won original score. So it's that 1-2 punch for the genre. I don't know if a horror score has won since The Omen.
I can't think of one, but I am also not the expert. That's you.
Oh, shit. Don't put that pressure on me. But yeah, The Omen, I just think it's so wild that such a dark and ominous, satanic score would be awarded by the Academy in the 70s when they're just now starting to award horror movies.
Well, especially considering, and we've talked about this before on our podcast, shameless plug. But this is the rise of satanic panic that we're looking at. This is very, very early days. This is not like, the prime of it, but this is like kind of a kicking off point where we start to see people have this fear of, the devil and demonic entities and stuff. So the fact that this was nominated and then, won is, specifically because it's a horror score, and it's also a horror score that specifically deals with, like, Christian imagery and demonic imagery. That was very, very unheard of, so.
Also, if they bumped Ave Satani at the club, like, I wouldn't think twice. That's a bop.
It really is. Jeremy, do you have anything to add about the score?
It was cool.
Good talk. And that's Jeremy's music corner for the week. Okay, a fine addition to your collection. Would you own this movie? Do you own this movie? How much merch do you own of this movie? We added this because Austin's got a lot of horror stuff like going on.
I hate money, so whenever I get paid, I have to get rid of it as soon as I can.
And he either spends it on making movies or buying movie memorabilia. So.
That is true, because if I just ignore my student loans long enough, they'll go away. I own, so I didn't buy this. When I was like maybe 14 or 15, my mom, shout out friend of the podcast, my mom, she got me the Omen 4-movie collection on Blu-ray with The Omen, Damien, The Omen 2, Omen 3, The Final Conflict, which stars Sam Neill as Damien, and the Omen 2006 remake, which doesn't have Sam Neill. And yeah, I have that. I don't have any shirts of The Omen. It's kind of hard. My only Omen merch is I have the score, the Academy Award-winning score by Jerry Goldsmith on vinyl record, and it's like this really cool
legit.
White record. It's cool.
That's very cool. The way that a fine addition to your collection works is that Austin talks about all the stuff he has, and I tell you if I would buy this movie. And the answer is a resounding yes. Funnily enough, we actually, for the podcast, watched the first Omen, which was a 2024 movie. I had not seen the original Omen yet, which was really backwards because even though it's a prequel, it obviously came out after, talks about and references a lot of the movie, and I loved that movie. So I was very excited to then go watch The Omen. So I would really like to own at least those two. I've still not seen any of the sequels. The way that this podcast kind of works is Austin's the horror movie expert. I'm the horror movie novice. I've seen like the horror movies. Well, now a year in, I've seen by default all of these other horror movies. But when we started, trust me, there was not much to.
Oh, I was saying I'm not really an expert.
Oh well, I'm not really a novice.
I'm just a nerd.
That's the way we market ourselves.
Marketing. What?
What about you, Jeremy? Would you own this movie?
If you buy it, I'll own it.
Yes, that's true. Okay, and then the next thing that we usually do is we share our Letterboxd reviews. So I have all three of ours ready to go right here. If you would like to start us off, Jeremy.
Yeah, so I gave this movie 4 stars, and not a heart. That's Austin's job. I gave this movie 4 stars, and I said, everybody tells you how expensive having kids is. No one ever brings up that you could accidentally have the child of Satan.
That's true. My Letterboxd review was very simple. I gave it 4.5 stars, and I did give it a heart, Austin. You'll be happy to know. And I said, can I pet that dog?
What'd I say? So I didn't log mine on Letterboxd yet. This is an old review because I've seen this movie a bunch of times. I gave it 5 stars and a heart because I love this movie and I don't care who knows. And I said, me, watching the Rottweilers trying to tear apart Gregory Peck and David Warner. Puppy! And that's my review.
We have a couple more superlatives. Our next superlative is Supernatural alumni. Do we have any fans of Supernatural in the house? Yeah, exactly. I love Supernatural. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. Austin doesn't watch television, so he's never seen it.
Yeah.
Jeremy.
I've seen like through season 8 a lot. My favorite thing about this superlative is like we added it in later because we went on a string of movies where there was just a ton. And then we added the superlative and made it an official part of the show, and it's happened like twice since.
So the good news is there's a tangential relation between the two, so you get a treat. No, so as far as Supernatural alumni, are there any from the 1975 version of, or 1976, yes?
Yeah, 76, yep, 50 years.
I can do math. Version of The Omen. However, there was a TV movie in 1995, little known fact. And the main character of the TV movie's name is Dr. Cornelius. And he is played by veteran actor Stephen Williams. And Stephen Williams is Rufus in Supernatural, which is like a pretty substantial role. He's not like a main character, but he's a pretty substantial role.
I was going to say, I'm surprised Gregory Peck didn't guest star on Supernatural, but I think he died before Supernatural premiered.
You would think. That seems like his bag, right? And of course, with our normal podcast, we would end our show with, Austin, would you die?
So my initial thought is I would not die if I was in the Omen. One, because I don't have kids, so I don't think they would be the Antichrist because they don't exist.
That's fair.
2, if the demonic Rottweilers saw me, I like to think that they would see me and recognize me as a friend. But then I see Mrs. Baylock, and I look at her and I'm like, yeah, she'd fuck me up. So I'm going to say, yes, I would die. I would not survive this film. How about you, Anneliese? Would you die?
I am going to go with yes, because here's the thing. I don't have kids. I don't want kids. But I am a teacher, and I have 120 kids who I see every single day. And I mean, I'm not saying the probability is high, but it's not 0 that one of them is the Antichrist. So that's what I'm going with. Jeremy, would you die?
I was going to bring up the teacher thing too. No, I'm going to say no. I wouldn't die. But because this is not my religion.
That's true. If you don't believe in the Antichrist, does he exist?
Exactly.
That's fair.
Schrödinger's
Exactly, yep.
So normally that's where we would end. However, we do, just for a couple minutes, just so that you guys can get to know us, because we have had a really fun time here tonight, have a couple of personal superlatives where Jeremy's going to kind of go through rapid fire, just a couple questions, and we're going to answer more about general horror and our preferences for that. So yeah, if you want to lead us off.
Yeah, and feel free to play along if you have an answer to the question.
Yeah, if you want to answer it, raise your hand, and yeah.
All right.
Join us.
Let's start with like the most obvious. What is your favorite horror film?
So I'm gonna take I'm gonna say disclaimer. I'm gonna answer first because I want to. I'm gonna have a disclaimer. Jurassic Park's my favorite movie of all time.
Okay.
Jurassic Park is a horror movie. If you don't agree, the parking lot's that way. Why I'm disqualifying it is because it's so many different movie genres. It's adventure, it's sci-fi, it's kind of like crime conspiracy thriller in a sense. But it's so many different things, and be my number one for all of them, so I feel like that's cheating. All that to say, my favorite scary movie's Alien.
All right.
I love the 70s.
That's fair. I'm going to go, I guess this is kind of basic, but I'm kind of basic, so that's okay. I'm going to go with The Shining. It's kind of a comfort movie for me, which is weird because I'm not one of those people who's like, I put on Terrifier to fall asleep. Like, that's just not me.
It's me.
But I love The Shining. I think it's a beautiful movie. I think the score is beautiful, and that one I would watch like over and over again to just like cozy up with. So
We saw that on the IMAX a couple months ago, and that ruled.
That was really, really cool.
Yeah. All right. Here's my personal favorite question on this list that we have.
Okay.
What is the scariest Disney movie, and why is it Dumbo?
It is Dumbo. Well, I think there's an argument for Fantasia, but if you think about it, Chernabog, I know he's like the devil, but he wasn't doing anything scary. He was just throwing a rave for his skeleton buddies and witch friends, like bopping to Night on Bald Mountain. So is that really scary in that context?
Yes,
Okay, but Dumbo's got clowns.
that's true.
It has underage drinking.
Terrifying.
And the pink elephants on parades, while that is also a bop, that was nightmare fuel for little Austin back in the day. And then, yeah, it is Dumbo, kind of. It is. I stand on it.
I am gonna, just to be different, I'm gonna go ahead and say Sleeping Beauty, because I think, yeah, Maleficent. She's awesome. She's terrifying, especially like little me, terrifying lady. And like the scene where she pricks her finger and like her eyes get all like weird. Yeah, didn't like it.
I like when Maleficent turns into the dragon, because I like dragons.
All right.
Anybody have any other terrifying Disney movies? Because I feel like there's more. Yeah.
Oh,
Pinocchio.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
That's a good-
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That one's kind of obvious. We should have thought of that one.
That's true.
All right. What do you guys think? Well, let's do this. Who is your favorite horror villain?
That's hard. Okay.
There's so many that
Why
I
is
just.
it not Jason?
It's.
Wow.
There, yeah. I'm gonna go with Candyman.
Yeah, that's a good one. And he's your like OG Tony Todd love.
Yeah, Candyman. I think one, he's hot. Two, he's scary, and there's something about that. Like, because I also love Rosa Hat from Doctor Sleep, and Maggot Mommy from Evil Dead Rise.
You can't
But-
call her that. That's not her name.
I don't know her name, but anyways, the Alyssa Sutherland character. I know the actor's name, but yeah, Tony Todd I think is for me because there's like a really cool urban legend type, just mystique to him. I mean, Clive Barker wrote the original short story, and I also love Pinhead. So, and like most of my favorites are monsters. I don't view them as villains. So that helps me eliminate some contenders.
Godzilla is a good for him movie.
It really is. How about you?
I guess mine kind of, I'll go outside the box a little bit, and I will say Lestat from Interview with a Vampire. I guess he's kind of like, one of the protagonists of that movie, but like he's still a villain. Like you can be a protagonist, meaning the story follows you, and still be a villain. So I would say Lestat.
You got one, Jeremy?
Favorite villain? For me, it's the OG Ghostface. Like the two of them from the OG. All right, this is probably got to be our last one because we're getting at time here. But let's go ahead, and because I want to hear some audience on this one as well. What is a horror movie that you love that most people hate?
Oh, okay.
My opinions are correct, so I don't know what most people hate. I'm trying to think.
I was gonna say I don't even know like what, because I feel like most horror movies have at least a niche that they fall into. Like there are freaks
Ken.
for everybody. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
That
one.
is a good one.
I don't know about that. But my favorite Jason movie is Jason X, so I shouldn't talk.
Halloween Resurrection.
Oh,
It's like a comfort movie.
Okay.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
Any of the Leprechaun movies.
Oh,
Any-
yeah.
Yes.
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 Oh, yeah.
Are they all hated? Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that?
Leprechaun in the
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what? The Babadook was fine. Yes, the monster has a silly voice, but the movie is pretty damn good.
It
I do
is a
love
good,
that movie.
yeah.
Yeah. Mine is. That's fair. I am gonna have to go with my most controversial take, which is that I love Scream 3. I know it's the worst one in the franchise. That's fine. I still love it. Also, it might not be the worst one anymore, but that's.
Yeah.
You know-
Worst one till this year.
I'm going to stand on business.
Okay.
Because people always trash the Lost World Jurassic Park. I'm not just going to say it's a good movie. I'm going to say it is the best Jurassic Park sequel by a long shot. Because here's what the Lost World gets that the other Jurassic Park movies don't get. And this means nothing to Jeremy because he hasn't seen any of it. I'm looking at him directly like he's going to nod in agreement. But, like, a lot of the Jurassic Park sequels are like, you know what the audience wants? Bigger, scarier T-Rex. So here's a Spinosaurus. Here's Indominus Rex. Here's the other Indominus Rex. Here's the one that looks like a raincoat. I'm like, no, people don't want that. Here's what Lost World gets. It has 2 T-Rex. It is the second Jurassic Park movie. That's where Jurassic Park 3 messed up. It should have had 3 T-Rex. We could have, we're approaching double digits. We should have a T-Rex army.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Anyways, Lost World rules.
All right. Thank you guys so much
Yes.
for having us. We're so glad to be here. Can we give it up one more time for Awaken Haunt for hosting this?
Woo! Yes!
Their attraction, their haunts open September 26th is their opening day for the season. So please come out and support them. Thank you so much to the Scare Actors for being here tonight. And thank you so much to Sledgehammer Horror for having us. We're so excited to be here. So thank you. Absolutely. We appreciate everything that you guys have done and coming out tonight and everything. So, yep, thank you so much.
We've been Would You Die, and thank you so much.
Yep.